What's up, everyone? Back again for another Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 Marvel Legends review. We're taking a look at Nova today. Alright, here's our figure, and right off the bat, first impressions are that I kind of like this figure. He's not great, he's not bad, kind of run-of-the-mill for me. I do have a few problems that I want to address, but overall, pretty decent. This is not obviously the normal Nova figure. This is the more recent figure, recent character that is not the original Nova, but just another Nova, and he has the current Nova name. He inherits his powers from his father. I believe that, I guess correct me if I'm wrong, but this is supposed to be a helmet from a supernova, one of the like elite Nova Corps. So does that make him a supernova as well? I don't really know. I'm not too up to date on it. But I like the design. It's obviously pretty standard for a Nova Corps member. And the one thing that's different about this guy is that he is small. So this Nova is supposed to be about 5.5 feet tall. So he's actually my height. I'm not a tall man. So let's compare him real quick to another figure in this wave. So here's Vance Astro. So if this is supposed, see, this is an example of how out of scale Marvel Legends are with their own characters. Because if he's supposed to be 5.5 feet, I'm pretty sure Vance Astro is supposed to be taller than like 6 feet. They're very similar in height, so it's not a big deal. It really doesn't bother me. It's just something to note that Marvel Legends have kind of always been out of scale with themselves. So I don't consider it a problem. It's just kind of a funny thing to note. Now, as far as the figure itself goes, we'll quickly go over all the normal stuff. Head is on a ball with a hinge. Mine is incredibly loose, and it is the actual hinge is loose, so I'm going to have to figure out a way to tighten that up. It goes all the way around, though. Arms can go all the way out, all around. We've got our bicep swivel. We have our double-jointed elbow. We have hinge and a swivel at the wrist. The ab does have a crunch. He goes back pretty decently for only one click, and then he hunches all the way over. So you can get him in some flying poses. He has a waist twist. We've got legs that go pretty far, almost splits. Forward more than 90 degrees, and back very far. We do have a thigh cut. We have double jointed knees. We do have the boot cut, shin swivel, and then we have a hinge and a rocker at the foot. So normal stuff there. As far as sculpt goes, aside from the quote-unquote out-of-scale issue with the with other figures, because he's supposed to be a teenager, I believe, and he's just not. He's kind of short. I don't think that's a problem. He would have been really small if he was actually in scale. But I like the sculpt. The only thing I don't really like, and it's kind of, I don't know how they could have really fixed it. That's not my department to fix. But when you hinge him back too far, you can see that the costume kind of becomes out of step with itself. But otherwise, everything lines up really well. I like the discs on him. I like the helmet. It's sculpted really well. There is a little bit of line work in there. It's kind of hard to see because it's just sculpted lines. It's not actually accentuated with anything. But then you've got the red crest on the helmet, which is sculpted really well. Beyond that, there's not a whole lot to him. He's just a body. And then the V and the dials are sculpted on the front and the back. But that's about it. Paint-wise, he is molded in kind of a navy blue, dark blue, blackish color. And then we've got painted gold on the chest here. And we've got molded, marbly kind of metallic gold. And this is kind of, I don't know if it's really a problem for me. It doesn't bother me too much. But this metallic plastic that they're going with ends up looking really, really marbled in some ways, especially down on the feet. And I know that's not really the look they're going for, but it does look good. So I'm okay with that. I do have a bit of a plastic remnant on a joint there. And then we've got blue paint on the fingers. And we have some gold on the arms. And this is where it really matters, is because this gold does not match with this gold. So it's not a huge problem. Same thing down here. Not a big deal. Doesn't ruin my day or anything. But I think he looks pretty good. My gripes come in with not only, the head, and this is particularly for my figure. I'm sure they're not all like that. That'd be incredibly weird. Are his accessories. So he obviously comes with a Build-A-Figure piece. I'm not talking about that here, though. He comes with this little guy, Flish. He's another Nova Corps member. Pretty sure he's dead. Spoiler alert, I guess. Maybe not. I think he was introduced and immediately killed. So he's a neat little guy. Translucent plastic, got some paint on him. But what am I going to do with this? He's going to go in a bag in a tote somewhere. What he really needs are maybe some blast effects that could go into the pegs to make him look like he's flying and being, propelled. Or, an energy blast. I think, I say it time and time again, characters that really need blast effects end up not getting them. So that's just a bummer to me. Otherwise, he's all right. He's pretty good. He's not gonna blow your mind or anything, but he is a pretty decent figure, and I just like the Nova look. I like the fact that we got a smaller character to kind of go in with some of the larger figures in this wave, so he'll look kind of diminutive next to Drax. He's obviously going to look small next to Titus, and that's obviously the character that he should be paired with the most because they fight off each other in the comics, I believe. So he's pretty good. I just wish he would have come with a little more or something different instead of Flish as his accessory. It's a funny, cool accessory, but ultimately it's not a good display piece. He can't stand on his own. You can't put him anywhere. So it's not like he's going to go in a pocket or anything. So kind of cool, but ultimately kind of a waste for me. So that's going to do it for this review. As always, stay tuned for more. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, share, do that whole YouTube thing. And until next time, everyone.